everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Lifestyle Today. I'm your host, Justine Santinello. We have a jam-packed episode for you guys today filled with a lot of in-studio guests. So let's not waste any time and jump right in with our first guest of the day. As parents, we all know that when kids go back to school, it's not just a new season for them. It's really a reset for us as well. The shift from summer to school year routines can leave a lot of us running on empty. Dr. Jalali is a licensed clinical psychologist, trauma expert, and author of the new book, The Fire That Makes Us. She's joining us now to help us through the current transition. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
We are so excited to have you. So I have two little ones that just started school. It can be very overwhelming. How do you feel like, I just want to jump in with something personally. How do we say no, but politely, so that we're not overcommitting both the kids and ourselves?
Yes, that's a great question. We live in a nation of doing. In fact, doing is very much glorified and being isn't.
Yes.
Right? So every time we are invited to an event or think of something to do, we want to say yes because we feel like we're going to fall behind if we don't.
Yes.
However, what I often invite people to do is to realize when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else.
Okay.
And at times, that is your well-being and your self-care, which is the most important thing to say yes to begin with.
Yeah.
So you have to notice the cost of the things you're saying yes to and choose wisely.
I like that. Okay, good for me to take notes on. So, how can we show our kids that it's okay not to be perfect? And I'm extra listening because I feel like we also need to tell ourselves that as well and be able to show them that us as your parents, we're not perfect either.
You know, the mother of all psychological disorders, despite what people think, is perfectionism.
Oh my goodness.
Because we have to sacrifice so much to be perfect,
Yeah.
and it definitely comes at a cost. Our kids don't learn what we tell them, our kids learn what we show them. So if we stop being perfect, if we demonstrate that we are normal beings who mess things up at times, and
Sure.
that's okay, we make attempts to rectify whatever we mess up. We apologize to them. We let them know that we don't do everything perfectly all the time. So technically, we're displaying a more healthy mode of being for them, in which they learn they are good enough as they are, and they don't always have to perform at best to be valued.
It sounds so simple, yet it's so hard to do, right? So another big one that I'm sure most parents want to know is, how do we build those moments where we're not using our technology so much? And, for the kids and for ourselves too.
This is a big one because once society introduces something into its everyday life, it becomes very difficult to step away from it.
Yes.
People often ask me, should we give our children cell phones? And it's a hard question for me to answer because, deep inside, I want to say no.
Of course.
But then your child would be an outcast in society. So
Right.
at an appropriate age, you should. As for our own use, I think it's important to just actually create tech-free times in your household. So maybe first thing in the morning when you wake up where people can connect, or right
Yes.
before you go to bed and everyone's unwinding. Because when you are truly staying away from technology, you have to hang out. You have to
Right.
connect with each other. You have to ask each other questions.
What's a good, let's say, 5-minute ritual, right, that we can add to our daily routines to help to calm our nervous systems down a bit?
Yes, we all need to do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Because our nervous systems are constantly on override.
Always.
Yes. I would say the simplest, most easiest way is breathing.
Okay.
So just taking a few deep inhales, holding onto your breath for a few seconds, and then exhaling twice as long as you inhaled
Okay.
actually signals to the nervous system that you're in a very calm, safe zone.
Okay. That makes sense. So we know that you have a new book.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
It's actually a story as well as a psychological guide. The book tells the story of a woman named Charlotte, which is based on a trauma that I went through personally, as well as the amalgamation of the trauma I've seen in my patients over the past decade,
Yeah.
which is a lot of relational trauma. So what I noticed that in most self-help books, people just tell people what to do, and that's hard for a person, for example, who's depressed. You tell them go for a walk, and they're like, really, if I could go for a walk, I wouldn't be depressed,
Right.
right? So I am hoping what this book does is provide a guide in which people can go through the story, potentially resonate with it, and then figure out how to integrate that into their psyche and hopefully get some good tips. It's for whoever has ever experienced an unpleasant event in their life that they feel stuck in still.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. This was super informative. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It was great being here.
All right, you guys, we'll be right back.